Let me first say I'm sorry I haven't been around as much as I normally am, and therefore I haven't been keeping you guys up to date with as much Microsoft Flight Sim news as possible. But in today's video, I try and heal some of that going through some of the most important news over the last few weeks, from the Airbus A330 from the Aerosoft team developing on nicely, to the freeware Embraer E170 by the Ouroboros team. Plenty of news in today's video, some good, some bad, so let's get right into it. I hope you guys can notice a difference in the background. I've had a bit of an upgrade. I've now got a 3060 Ti sitting very happily in my computer. I finally could afford one. I finally managed to get one for an affordable price. So yes, hopefully you'll see an improvement in my videos. A big thank you for all of you guys for your support, because frankly otherwise I wouldn't be able to get stuff like it. But without further delay, let's get right into it. So to start off, some sad news. The Iberian World Update has been delayed. Now the Iberian World Update is of course Portugal and Spain, the Iberian Peninsula. It's been pushed back to tomorrow, Thursday the 24th of March at 9 o'clock Zulu time in the morning, I'm pretty sure. Now this was because of recent tragic aviation news. Now they don't exactly specify, but of course we have had that very sad loss of the Boeing 737-800, and by the looks of it, all souls on board in China, which is a terrible, terrible situation. But of course it's important to recognise and to not stoke up sensationalist news that it was a 737-800, not a MAX. But moving on swiftly from that, we've also had the likes of Ukraine, so they don't specify, but of course it's not exactly a pleasant world at the moment for anyone, so I'm sure for many people waiting 2 days for a world update is the least of their worries. Let's get some perspective here, but nonetheless it's been delayed. We'll also be getting the Dornier DOJ with this update, which is another local legend update. Of course, that's a flying boat, and it's popular in Spain because it was the first transatlantic flight to South America, I believe. Although I'm pretty sure they probably wouldn't like to do that right in the middle of the Atlantic, but nonetheless, it was done. Nonetheless, it's still a pretty small delay, and we're getting it in March, so who can complain? At 24th, tomorrow, basically. I'm very excited for it. It's a very beautiful region of the Earth. Let's hope eventually we move away from Europe, because I have seen a lot of love with the world update, and maybe go to some of the not west areas of the world, basically. It's a free update, so you can never complain. Now moving over to Aerosoft, we've been given a little bit of information on the Aerosoft forum. Now this information is about 6 days old now, so I'm a bit out of date here, but it's from Hafiz Koch, who is the project manager over at Aerosoft. He shares this very exciting screenshot of the Airbus A330. As you can see, especially looking at the tail assembly, it's still very early work in progress, very early days. This is nowhere near anywhere close to the final project, but he's basically showing how they kind of import all the textures and models, bring it into the simulator, and what it turns out to. It's fairly exciting stuff. This will be the first Airbus airliner Aerosoft release, bit of a tongue twister there, and hopefully it'll be pretty good. Of course, the CRJ was a very nice aircraft. Twin Otter, in my opinion, not so much. They clearly rushed it. It's always a bit hit and miss with Aerosoft. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're really bad. It just is what it is. Let's hope the A330 is one of the good ones, and by the looks of it, from what they're sharing with us, it's going to be. We've already got some interior textures in the cargo bay, which is quite exciting. It looks fairly promising, so I'm sure many of you guys are excited for it. Moving over to another payware airliner, Big Radials have released their Grumman JRF 6B Goose for the simulator. You might be familiar with this aircraft because it was on Flight Sim X. I don't know if it was this exact model, but it definitely was the Grumman Goose. There was a few variants of the Grumman Goose. Off the top of my head, there was a British one that had more interesting windows at the side. They kind of popped out, but yeah, there's just a few variants. This is the JRF 6B, a civilian one as far as I can tell, not a military one. Now this project seems to be really cool, and of course it's been released. I believe British Avgeek has already got a review release, so I'm going to link his channel up the top now. It's got some really awesome details, such as poor engine management possibly resulting in fire. I mean, we don't see that all too often in Microsoft Flight Sim, so it's very exciting stuff. It looks beautiful. It's always nice to have a new seaplane, flying boat. It's certainly a unique aircraft, and I'm sure it will tickle the fancy of quite a few people. It's up for sale for €23.95 through their official website, and it'll be coming to the Allbeck store and of course the marketplace in the future. But with the marketplace, you're always going to be waiting quite a bit of time. That's what you've got to come to expect. It has all the good stuff like a full native flight model, 4K textures, and everything you'd come to expect with a Microsoft Flight Sim airliner, and then special things like a fishing rod and stool so you can pop out your plane and get your catch of the day, so it's fairly cool. And from what I can hear on British AvGeeks review, the sounds are awesome. Now finally, the freeware aircraft in this video is the Ouroboros E family. They've released an extensive update on their Discord, which of course I've linked down below, sharing some videos, photos, models, textures, etc. The list goes on, including their very unique, very lively livery. I mean, it looks like it's just been in a bit of a paintball fight, I can't lie, but it's pretty cool anyway. It's their 1 year celebration livery. It looks very nice. Now what sticks out to me here is the videos. They share some of the PFD, the primary flight display. It seems to work very well. The artificial horizon reacts with the navigation display just under it on the primary flight display. It looks very nice. They've also started working on their custom tablet, their custom electronic flight bag. I mean, the graphics on this team, they do a really good job at that. It looks so professional. It's still a bit of a concept, I believe, but it's nice to see their forward planning like this. This is a development team I can really get behind, because what they've done is they've gathered a big team of talented and certainly creative developers, and they're not just working on the model, they're not just working on systems, they're working on, by the looks of it, everything in kind of split teams. That to me is really hopeful, and by the looks of it, they're not a development team that's going to give up on systems, because they've already got quite a few of them working. It's very exciting stuff, and I give them my full support. Not that it means too much, but I hope you guys can also give them your full support. That means a lot, because it does really look like they're putting a lot of effort into this, and it's something to get very excited for, bearing in mind you're getting this for free as well. It's awesome. There we have it, guys. I'm glad to bring you guys up to date again. I hope you didn't miss out on too much Microsoft Flight Sim news. I'll be rolling back coming towards Easter as I'm off college before my summer exams, so that'll be good. I've also got plenty of flying lessons booked over then, so hopefully you'll also see me in the real skies. From me today, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. From me today, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Last thing I want to say, first class channel members get a shout out. Look at them right on the screen now. What awesome people. Thank you so much, guys. From me today, I'll see you around. Happy flying. Bye bye.